Carlton was mad. I said, to be fair, she did tell them both from the jump that, she didn't want nothing serious. But he also told her from the beginning that he been wanting her even before Ted. So, of course, he was going to be upset about this. I already see a lot of people upset about her behavior. Hold on. But he said he went through all that just for her still not to choose him. Bill over here reciting his vows to Haley for nothing. She still don't want him, still trying to murder him. Naomi advises Chelsea about marriage. Anastasia and Minnie and Anastasia hating. And Anita was helping the kids learn to dance and prep for the cotillion. I said, I think Jessica excuse me. I said, I think Jessica is going to be the one to win, y'all. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another video. This is for Beyond the Gates, February 11, 2026. First things first, let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Y'all hear that? What is it? Something outside. I don't know what it is. Hold on. What did y'all think of the episode? Look here. I said, I don't know. I seen a lot of people saying how they don't like Nicole's behavior. I think she acting now too. I gotta say, I don't know. I think that I think she don't reveal a lot of stuff. She don't reveal that apparently, I ain't gonna say she got secret animosity towards Danny or anything like that. That's not the correct term I'm trying to say. But anytime she be like, Danny did it, or Danny this, or Danny that, I say, you can't be trying to mimic her. You can't be trying to do stuff that she do, just like you can't be trying to do stuff that Ted do. I think that she's still recovering from the whole divorce thing, and she wilding. She's wilding. Now, I'm not saying like other people. People were saying how she shouldn't be doing this and she shouldn't be doing that. I won't say that, because if you want to do that stuff, you go on about your business. At least she got the sense enough to tell people up front versus you keeping it secret. But we seen here on this episode that it don't matter if you tell somebody up front. If they got feelings for you or whatever the case may be, they still gonna feel some type of way. They still is. Next week, I mean, not next week. Yeah, because what's today? Wednesday? Next week, she'll be back with Carson. But to me, from my viewpoint, she acting this way because of Ted. She's still not over it, obviously. We seen that when they went to dinner before she even slept with either one of them. We seen how she was looking at him and stuff. She's still not ready. We seen Ted the other day looking at her. They're not ready, but they gonna continue to do what they doing. Hold on. But I think, once again, if you want to do that stuff, you could do that stuff. But if that's not what you do, you shouldn't be trying to do it because your sister run around act how she was acting, or because your ex-husband did what he did. No, that's how you get into these situations, doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing, or that's not like you. Now, if it's like you, that's a different story. You stick to what you know. But yeah, I said she wilding. She definitely wilding. But again, I know she told them up front. But he also told her up front that he been wanting her before Ted. Before her and Ted even got together. Okay, now let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Who we gonna start with? Danny was on FaceTime with her mom and daddy. I think they was talking about her hairdo at first. Then when she got off the phone, Nita asked Bernie if he really liked her hair, and he was just kissing her. He trying to, no. That's no. you know. And then the kids came in. He was like, we trying to get some alone time. And they was like, she's the one who asked them to come. So she ended up trying to teach them how to dance and enter a room and all this stuff just to prep for the cotillion. Just to prep for the cotillion. Jessica still had that same attitude. She was trying to get out of it, but she was like, her daddy called or whatever, so she had to stay. She had to stay. So she was teaching them and stuff. She ended up talking to Jessica, telling her to lose the attitude and just encouraging her. I said, you know what? I think she's going to be the one to win. I think she's going to be the one to win. Because she been studying talking about, how it is, and she don't like this and she don't like that. And just that whole little scene with her and Anita was telling her consider herself an honorary Dupree, and she got all happy and stuff. I was like, yeah, I feel like she gonna win. I definitely do. But yeah, that's all they scene was about. She was just encouraging them and teaching them how to walk and dance and all this other stuff. And I said, I wonder if they gonna actually show it. It better not be none of this. What was the name of that event they had? The Winterfest. They did all that talking, and we didn't see nothing. We didn't see nothing. So I said, it better not be none of them situations again. Then they had Anastasia. She was with her. Did they say that was her granddaughter? Yeah, I think her granddaughter. Anastasia and Minnie Anastasia. I think they said her name was Francesca or something like that. I think she was calling her Chess. I said, now she got my name. Now she got my name. But yeah, and she was like Chessie or something. I said, that's what I'll get called. I said, nah, now. But yeah, Minnie Anastasia and Anastasia still hating, talking about the Freeze and Anita and Samantha ain't even a Dupree, or she don't even go to that. He don't even go to that school. What dude said on me? What was that, Mean Girls? You don't even go to this school. Somebody Samantha and the Duprees think they this and that. Is they gonna bow down? I say ain't nobody bowing down to y'all. Ain't nobody bowing down to y'all. But I'm assuming we finna see more and more of Anastasia, y'all. I'm here for it. I'm here for it because the Duprees think they uppity too. They think they better than folks. Might as well bring some more people that think they uppity too. Might as well bring them on too. But yeah, they was talking about some, are they gonna bow down? They gonna lose their crown and stuff. They went over there to Danny, talking crazy to Danny and mentioning her and stuff, and just in her face. They went and set their tail down because Danny was waiting on Chelsea and Naomi because they were celebrating what's her name, Chelsea's engagement and stuff. Then when they came, they brought their tail back over there hating. Talking about some they gonna lose and stuff. I thought Chelsea then was gonna say something, but they respected their elders, I'm assuming, because they didn't say Dilly freaking squad. They were just talking crazy to Danny, mentioning Anita, and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm assuming that they don't know that she has cancer. So they don't know she got cancer, they just don't care. I ain't saying that because she got cancer, that means things supposed to go your way, because some people think that. I disagree. I definitely disagree. Um, Hold on, y'all. But yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. But yeah, I bet y'all see how we're on a strict program. I do. I don't care nothing about life is short. I don't care nothing about, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but I just feel like people use that. What's a good way to say it? They use it to get their way. They use it to justify bad behavior. Not everybody, of course, but yeah, he cut off y'all. But yeah, what else? Did they leave after they got done hating and mentioning Nita? I think so, cause that's when Naomi and them was saying not to let it get to her, and Danny ended up texting Vernon asking how she was doing, and he was like, she's okay. But I don't think he wasn't there. Samantha and Jessica was there, right? He don't know about that. He don't know. I said, how they supposed to know if it's because she said the doctor said that, that's a side effect and stuff. But how do they know that it's not affecting her worse or making things worse for her? Because that ain't the first time. That ain't the first time that's happened. Matter of fact, wouldn't that be the third time that don't happen? Because the first time she had got up and she almost fell, if I'm not mistaken. The second time she actually did fall or whatever. And then the third time she was at the country club. She was at the club or whatever. So I was like, yeah, how do you know? Especially if she don't tell everything that's going on with her. Ashley and Shanice, what was they talking about? Oh, Ashley was ready to go and stuff. That's when Bill brought Haley in. So she might have a concussion. I said, not you over here trying to play husband now. I said, it don't matter. She's still trying to murder you. She still wants you up out of there. But yeah, he done brought her in. So he want a second opinion. He trying to get her to stay overnight. Ain't nothing wrong with that good. She had that good. Well, she ain't had a good hitter. The good just wanted to hit her and she hit her. Lynette wanted. I said, Lynette wanted to hit her. You can't tell me she didn't want to hit her. And she ain't done neither. I said, Haley, you should have just stuck to what you was doing. Might as well just empty another bottle. Might as well empty another bottle on this man, because she might as well. If you don't get caught by yourself, she gonna snitch. She gonna snitch or find a way to get what she want, because she wants something. And she don't just want you to for y'all company to represent her for free or whatever. She wants something else. She want payback because she feel like y'all abandoned her and everything else. Obviously, she been very, I ain't gonna say she been upfront with it, but at the same time, she been upfront with it. She ain't just said, I want revenge or I want to take you down or nothing like that, but you could tell. Every time she talk, you could tell. But yeah, I already said Bill brought Haley in. They checking her, saying she's okay. That's when he started talking about having her spend the night. They mentioned that they was gonna be staying at a hotel, and Ashley was asking about that. They said they getting a security system installed because the dude got her ID. I said, now what happened if they run into this girl, Lynette? Lynette dropped her ID, or Lynette dropped the engagement ring because she got it, or something like that. How y'all gonna explain that? Or what if somebody be like, oh yeah, I saw the whole thing. It wasn't a man, it was a woman. It was that woman right there. You don't know. I mean, she did look around, but y'all know. With soap operas, they'd be like, yeah, somebody was standing right there, and it obviously wasn't nobody standing right there. But yeah, they was standing right there looking. I seen her. She just turned around. They walked out. She turned around and she hit her. Here she go right there. I said, yeah. That must be why that lady, Lynette, I keep calling her that lady. Lynette had them gloves on. I said her hand probably bruised, huh? But Ashley was saying something because she was saying something about, I be skipping words and stuff. Ashley was saying something because, Lord, I said it again. Calm down. Ashley was saying because of Haley's size, it would have been worse or something. I was like, maybe they mean because if it was a dude, if it was actually a dude, it would have been worse because they said dudes are stronger than most women. I say it like that. But yeah, she was telling her dad they end up going to the hotel. And Haley getting what she want. Well, some of what she want. They was in bed together. He talking about so maybe we should renew our vows and stuff. She still asking about Danny. I say it don't matter. You could have 2 black eyes. That's not gonna change nothing. You shouldn't have to fake no black eye, or it ain't fake because she actually stole off you. You shouldn't have to do all that extra stuff just to get your husband to act right, just so he won't suspect that you trying to murder him. I said, why she ain't got caught yet? Cause Bill got his head too far stuck up Danny butt. But yeah, we gotta go back to them. We gotta go back to Danny now. But to finish with Bill and Haley, they was laying in bed. He was talking about renewing their vows. Now it's like, renewing y'all vows? Don't that supposed to be when it's been like 10 or 15 years or 30 years or something? I said, what has it been, a year? Almost a year? What is it, February? Ain't it been a year, have it? I said, you ain't supposed to do that, do you? But yeah, I don't know. I guess you could do what you want. Especially if somebody done came and shot up the wedding and them fools still got married. They still got married, so it don't matter. We gotta go back to them. What was it? Was it about Danny? Oh, Naomi was telling Chelsea how marriage is hard work and stuff, and she just letting it be known that her and Jake are going through stuff. She really is. I said, they need to go on, they need to be getting divorced next, because no, absolutely not. You obviously want different things, he want different things. It's not gonna work. And people don't get divorced just because of cheating no more. They don't get divorced because of cheating, just cheating anyways. She was mentioning that and just talking to her about Madison, and she was saying how she ain't never felt that way about nobody before, and she'd never get tired of her because she said something about Chelsea get bored in the middle of people talking and stuff, in the middle of sentences and stuff. And then Chelsea said that she don't want Madison to resent her or feel some type of way because she gave up her fellowship for her and stuff. They was trying to encourage her, let her know that's not gonna happen. She talked to Danny about giving up her career for Bill, and it didn't do no good because he still was cheating. And she was like, "No, I was happy to stay with you and all this other stuff." I said, "Well, don't you be foolish enough to abandon your career this time when you get back with Bill, because that's happening. Oh, it's happening just like Nicole and Bill gonna get back to not Nicole and Bill." I said, "Well, it is a soap opera, so I wouldn't be surprised if Nicole and Bill hooked up. I would not be surprised. That's what happens on soap operas. Well, in real life too, apparently. But what was I say? I was saying that Nicole and Ted gonna get back together as well as Bill and Danny. I think they're gonna get together. Y'all know I say this all the time. I think they're gonna get together a few times before they actually divorce. I mean, this soap opera has been a little different from regular soap operas, but then there's certain scenes and storylines that have been just like other soap operas. So we'll see. I think it's something else. I know they was talking about what happened with Bill and her giving up her career, and apparently she already told them about modeling for Tatum and everything. Um, I know I was gonna ask y'all that dude that Jacob was talking to on yesterday's episode. The dude that they said he was the boss. Did they say he was the boss man? I don't know, but either way it go, he played on something. What did he play on? I know I probably could look it up, but what I supposed to type in? The dude Jacob was talking to. He played on something back in the day, and I want to say it was a comedy or something like that. I might be wrong. But I don't know. He looked familiar. But yeah, who else we didn't talk about? Shanice. Shanice so knows. She should be back there looking and stuff. Cal came up, they was talking and stuff. Then Nicole came, she was flirting with him, and she just back there looking and everything. Um, so they end up leaving to go on a date. Nicole and Cal did. They went on a date to Uptown. They were just laughing and stuff, and next thing you know, Carter show up. He back there just looking how he was looking, mad. I said, "You mad and all?" So he came up, talking to her and stuff. He was surprised that she was with Kyle, even though she told him that she was gonna be dating him and she not ready for nothing serious. She did tell him. But he was mad, talking to her. Let me see what he said to this girl. What did he say to her? He said something about she don't feel, he know that she feels something for him that she don't feel for Kyle or whatever. Can he say the same? And she was like, she not looking for nothing committed. That she just got out of a marriage or whatever. And I said, another thing I see is that maybe she's trying to make up for lost time or something. Not to justify it, because you can do what you want to do when you grown. You do what you want to do with your body, your choice. But to me, I think this has to do with Ted, her marriage ending, along with Danny, because she keep mentioning Danny. I haven't seen. I seen a few comments about. Did they just blink out? Let me see. Something pop up. I think it blinked out, y'all. But I seen a few comments that said that about Nicole keep mentioning Danny's name and how Danny was the wild child and Danny did this. And I was like, I agree. It has to be with Danny. It might not be directly about Danny, just Danny action and the fact that she got away with stuff or she did this and that. Cause you don't just keep mentioning this good name and this and that. Even on today's episode, when he was talking to Kyle was talking to her about how she was dressed and something about the model, and she told me some no, that would be my sister or whatever. And I was like, she keep mentioning that. She keep mentioning it. Her, hold on. But yeah, I think it has to do with that. I think it has to do with Ted and everything. But yeah, I said it and I said it again. That neither one of them need to be dating. Neither one of them need to be dating. But because it's a soap opera, we're gonna gloss over the fact that they keep showing that they ain't ready to be dating nobody. But yeah, what else? What else? What else? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, and another thing. I don't think I finished with Carson. He got mad. He was saying how you was just in bed. You was just in bed with me and all this other stuff. He got mad. He went to work. He slamming stuff down. Shanice wanted to know what was going on, why he got a little attitude. So he ends up mentioning Nicole and Kyle. Did they say that him and Shanice supposed to have a heated exchange or something? Something about him and Shanice. I don't know if that was for today's episode or tomorrow's episode, but it's a spoiler out about that. Shanice and his conversation. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he mad. She was like, I thought you understood. Ain't no way you thought he understood, because when he invited you to his niece's birthday party, that should let you know. But yeah, I was thinking that when she was with Kyle, they was dancing, having a real good time or whatever. So I'm like, okay, at some point she gonna be like, okay, I need to go talk to Carson or something. No, she done took her fast tail. Nah, she done took her fast tail to the house. Was she at her house? Look, it went by so fast. They kissing and stuff. He's like, I thought you wanted to stop it at kissing. And she changed her mind. They said, no, they in bed together. But I don't know. I'm assuming they slept together. I don't know if on tomorrow's episode they gonna stop it or what. Because y'all know when it comes to certain people, they'll show the full thing. Then the other people, they'll just show them just laid up or whatever. So it's like, okay, what's going on right there? Like, we don't see Danny and Andre hook up several times. But it's certain people like Bill and Haley. I don't think they showed them hook up, did it? They were just laying in bed and they still know. But yeah, what else? What else? What else? Let's see. Let's see. Cal, Nicole, Haley, Bill. She over here making a fool out of him, or he making a fool out of himself. She's must even then don't I could do it. You said I could come before everything and everybody. Even Danny. He's supposed to say, yeah, even Danny with us. I married you. That's when you got to talking about Val. That's anytime somebody answer a question with a question or they don't answer the doggone question directly, that's your answer right there. But yeah, what else? What else? I think we pretty much talked about everybody. We talked about Shanice and Carlton, Nicole and Kyle, Danny, Naomi, Chelsea. It was something about them. I said Naomi kind of revealed something was going on with her and Jacob by the way she was talking, but it was something else about them. I can't remember. She still didn't tell them that she got the gene. She still didn't tell that. But yeah, that's it for this review. But yesterday's episode, I should have did a real review, cause Smitty over here. I said that's the first time I think they've ever shown. You know how that scene where Smitty was showing Jacob his notes and we got to actually see his full notes. I said, this man got a whole list. I said, how y'all gonna be trying to take somebody down and y'all in public talking about it? Y'all meeting up. If they find out that Smitty's involved, that whoever it is been reporting to Smitty, and then they see y'all together, they gonna put two and two together. I'm surprised they don't know that you on the force. Matter of fact, if y'all all in the same town, how they don't know Jacob is a cop? How they don't know that? Well, I will say you could be in the same town and people still not know you or whatever, but you would think that they would know these things. But yeah, I'm thinking that what's the dude name? Grayson's involved. But yeah, yesterday he over here showing the notes and stuff. I said, these people. I said, y'all both gonna need saving. I said, I can see Jacob being in the hospital right now. I said, I can see him going to the hospital right now. What he said yesterday? Oh, during that scene where he was talking to the dude, the impaler or whatever his name is. What did he say? He asked him, was he scared or was he something? He like, hell no. And where I gotta go. What he said, where I gotta go, who I gotta talk to. Sonny said, that whole scene was funny to me. I wasn't expecting it. What did he say? I can't remember what this man said, but that's it, y'all. That's it, that's all. Let me know your thoughts. Where I gotta go and who I gotta see or something he said. That's it, that's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review.